Exciting times indeed. All teams together on the starting line, Jim Beglin.
Yes, and we'll have a lot of different paths taken from this point, Peter, in this competition, but right now, it's true to say that belief and optimism is rife amongst all the clubs, and ultimately it may come down to who has the best mix of trusted seniority and youthful endeavour, and I'm really looking forward to see who's going to emerge strongest.
So it's away we go then. Gets it back. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. One! He's scored! The breakthrough strike! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, this is also a chance to see what happens to their level of concentration from here.
Now can he finish? He's had a go! And for a moment, time stood still.
Across the field it goes.
And he's on a charge. Great run this, he's covered quite a distance. Looking for a decent ball in. He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Whose ball, who's going to get there? He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Just lacked a decent finish. Tries to get it forward quickly. Loose. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Good challenge, he just stood firm. And the counter is on. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? That's a throw. Battles to win it back. Can't get the better of his opposite number. Ramadan Sobhi. And now they can launch a counter. And he's made sure that that won't get through. Just brushed off the ball there. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Got a shot away! He's done very well to get to that.
Oh, that's a sparkling save, absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
They've played it short. And the whistle goes for half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A really decent game up to now.
Not the most convincing of displays. They could certainly do much better than this. They'll want to keep things simple, build up their confidence and not rush into mistakes.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I'm sure the managers talk the talk, and now it's time for these players to walk the walk and deliver a rousing response to a rousing team talk.
Oh, that's a fine challenge.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Over to the left. Here it is. Chance! It's in! They are right back in business. Oh, high-quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second. When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that favour.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
That has added a whole new complexion to the game.
It's pulsating, it's absorbing, and it's hugely entertaining. Every single player is giving everything.
Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Now, can he capitalise? Big chance! Oh, taken with style! And the game is well and truly turned on its head! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, I think he just thought about trying his luck from further out there, but why bother when you can worm your way through a defence like that? It's terrific play to get through and score.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. He's there, and the finish! Should have put that one away.
He got too ahead of himself there, thinking how he could have made things safe.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Ramadan Sobhi, his scoring skills have already been evident. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out. Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift. Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that little bit of class to rescue this situation, and it needs to be any time now, really.
Has a hit! Oh, shame, that was nicely worked.
I thought he did so well to exploit the space that was afforded to him then. Deserved more. They seem to have lost their sense of direction. It should be higher up the pitch.
And that is that. Well, that's the way to launch the campaign. Now they can look ahead with confidence and comfort. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, they've laid down a marker with such a good opening win, and they're saying to the rest of the group, we're intent on staying at the top.